Alvvays in 2014 released the self-titled album, a very fuzzy, dreamy, jangly indie pop album that also had this very beach-ready surf rock sound to it as well. A very blissful, gorgeous, kind of cute pop record that actually delved into a lot of themes of love that seemed kind of cliche, but the way that it kind of tried to subvert these cliches was very entertaining. I thought the whole idea of taking these teenage love stereotypes and playing around with them, especially on tracks like Marry Me Archie, and the tongue-in-cheek, verbose lyrics. You expressed explicitly your contempt for matrimony. When are you gonna hear that on a love song, eh? Also, I just thought that the band's approach to melody writing, songwriting, was just so sweet and so catchy. Like, even if the band's sound was very clouded up and fuzzy and very inspired by not just lo-fi indie music but also maybe a bit of shoegaze in there as well, I thought that it didn't detract from just how great these melodies were. And their sophomore record certainly hasn't let down. The band's core sound hasn't differed too much, but they are taking some like subtle little changes here and there. For example, the very first track, in Undertow, has a very heavy shoegaze sound to it. The crunchy wall of sound is so much more blatant, but I love how that track kind of pokes fun at the ideas of like astrology and stargazing being these romantic gestures and these things of like deciding who you are as a person, those kind of things. I like how it kind of pokes fun at those, but not really like dissing them, just rather playing off these ideas just to create this very compelling, beautiful song about love, I guess, but maybe more specifically teenage youth. Just the naivety of it all. Alvvays have always been infatuated with that idea, at least from what I can tell with their lyrics, with tracks like Dreams Tonight, which is a bit more cruisy than the opening track. This and quite a lot of the other slow jams on this record, like My Baby. I kind of like tracks where you're like lying down next to your crush in the middle of a field, I guess. Like those kind of soundtracks and those kind of coming-of-age teenage romance movies. I also think Plimsoll Punks not only has one of the cutest song titles of the year, but is also one of the most energetic and upbeat songs on the track listing here, and to its own benefit. I love how sometimes there is a little bit of what sounds like synth work on this record. I'm not sure, I can't pinpoint the timbre exactly, but it sounds maybe a little bit like a keyboard synth, or maybe a little bit of a chiptune sound as well. I do get a bit of like that retro video game sound on a couple of tracks, such as. And of course the songwriting and the melody writing on this album is just as strong as ever. Even though there are a lot more slower jams on this new Alvvays record, I don't think it's any less likable. I think it really is one of the biggest pop highlights of this year. Do check it out if you want some sweet, sunny, summery, romantic indie pop. That's all I'll say. 8 out of 10.